We're at 155 up here, and it's just steadily climbing up to 300 up here, but it just keeps on cranking and cranking and cranking away until eventually what'll end up happening is it'll run away and it'll start going up into the 400s and 500s and stuff like that, and that's not what we want. We want temperature control, and we just don't have it. Alright, so the task at hand today is this country smoker. It was free, ended up catching fire because I thought I got all the grease out, and apparently I didn't get it clean enough. Ended up turning this thing into an incinerator, but I already took this loose, and I know the temperature probe is doing pretty bad. So the symptoms are this: I'll have it set for 225 to 250, it'll read 160, and then in here will be 400 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and change that temperature sensor. And I already took this back panel off, and maybe you guys are running across the same thing, but I figured I'd show you. Back there's where the temperature probe comes through. I still need to take that front faceplate off, and it goes all the way back in here to this little reader right here. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you look, it looks like this has been replaced before, so this is probably not the first time this has happened in here, but you know, it's no big deal. But anyway, let's get that loose. Alright, got the screws off. Somebody's definitely been here before. This one does not have what this one has, one of those like little grip washer things. We take this loose, and there's our temperature probe sensor plug right there. So now we know what to order. Okay, so at the top here, right up at the top, there are two tiny little flathead screws that hold in those probes. Try to get this other one. There we go. And then those should unplug just like that. As a matter of fact, I just found this. So when I move this, see how that solder joint moves? So we also have a busted solder joint, which is good to know. So yeah, I'm gonna end up replacing this anyway, but we're also gonna fix that solder joint for sure. Sorry, I'm just kind of walking you through the process of how I'd look at this. So it's about 2, if I were to get one, it would be 3 5/8. It would stick out a little too far, because what we're looking for is almost 2 5/8. Maybe it sits in there an inch and I just don't see it. That could be, now that I'm thinking about it. So it might actually go like this. So maybe that is 3 5/8. So okay, that makes sense. I'll get the 3 5/8 one. Why not?
Alright, so what I ended up doing was going to Amazon and ordering this one, and they ended up sending something that looked like this. It was about 12 inches, way too long, and not the right one. But anyway, it's supposed to be the same number, so I found this one, and it would have fit the 2-inch if I had measured it properly. But on the other hand, on this side, we have a 70-124, which is the one we need, and this place is called Stove and Grill Parts for Less. So let's go ahead and order that, and we'll wait till it gets here.
So I'm going to try to get these solder joints resoldered. So I got the soldering iron heating up over here. It's kind of doing it outside. It sucks to do it outside because these pins don't like being outside, but whatever. So anyway, I'm going to try to solder these back up. Maybe these cold joints will, maybe that was a problem all along. I'm kind of hoping so. So what I'll do is I'll put this back in, put the stuff back on, and then start it back up, and we'll see if it gets up to temperature or not. What I think happened was the heat transferred into these, which then transferred into these posts, and those posts got warm and then unsoldered themselves. So it got a little too warm. There we go. That's sitting in there a whole lot better. Let's do this bottom one more time just to make sure. So now we notice that this thing is in there pretty solid. The plastic's still a little loose, but at least the prongs are in there like they're supposed to be. So I'm going to tighten those down. Okay, these are in there nice and snug now. So go ahead and put this back on, and then I'll put the other stuff back in there. Okay, so that's back on. This little guard here is back on. I'm wondering if maybe cleaning it might help it too, but I still don't want to get that far. So now it's back on. We've got some pellets in there, and this cover's still open. You might be asking, you know, why aren't you just using the big smoker anyway? But because this thing is a lot more fun to just do some chicken on there for the night, you know, it makes it easier. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire it up. Alright. I just saw something come up here like 600 something or whatever, but let's see. This is set 250 now, huh? 350 high. That's interesting. Huh. That was kind of crazy. Never seen it do that before, but just knocking on it fixed it. Cool. I like that. So we got our fans are going. Everything's working. Let's see what we can come up with. We should probably open this up just for fun. There we go. Yeah, we'll just set it at 300 and see what it'll do there. It's definitely lighting up. That's cool. I don't know why that says 35. It's not 35 out here, but who knows? It might just be a low temperature thing. I'm kind of hoping for the best, because it's actually in reality probably about 60 some odd degrees out here. So hopefully that's not reading incorrectly. Probably is, but never know. See what happens. Alright, well, looks like we reproduced the symptoms again, so we're at 155 up here, and that's just steadily climbing up to 300 up here. So yeah, I think we got a bad probe. So it just doesn't really, I think it hits like 160 and then it just stops. But it just keeps on cranking and cranking and cranking away until eventually what'll end up happening is it'll run away and it'll start going up into the 400s and 500s and stuff like that, and that's not what we want. We want temperature control, and we just don't have it. So definitely ordering a new part. Terrific. Cool. Alright, well, it's been about a week and a half, and I finally have, I believe, the right part. Finally! Sweet. So the first one I originally ordered was like probably about as long as this whole thing here, which that wasn't it, because the company sent me the wrong one. So word of the wise, don't try to buy those on Amazon. Use these people instead. So let's go ahead and put their parts to the test and see if it fixes it. Do like I did last time, where I just took out the top two and left the bottom one undone. There we go. And that exposes those. And we're gonna need a much longer screwdriver, it looks like, to be able to fit in there. Alright, instead, let's try the Makita, as I almost take out that fan. There we go. There's our unit. Let's compare that with the new one real quick. Yep. Everything looks normal. Good. Okay. Now, just gotta fish it out of here. And here we go. Okay, now that was no easy feat, but one of the things I did find that was kind of easy was to grab your hand and come over here and pull this as you're trying to thread it, and then you can use your 2 fingers here to kind of guide that guide this little plate in to one side or the other to make sure you can line those holes up properly. And you can always peek through this side here to see if you're lined up as well. So just a quick tip, something I ended up having to find out the hard way. So now that's all in, I'm gonna tighten those up real quick. There we go. Come back to this side, put this back up here. All right, we got the heat shield all back installed. Let's go ahead and put this cover back over here and fire it up. There. All right, let's see if this thing will run the proper temps here. I'm just gonna leave that off for now, just in case I have to fix it again. So that's what we see upon first start. Let's see what happens now. Oh, 70. That's about what temperature it is outside. Okay, that's a whole lot better than we were getting before. All right, so we got it set for 225 for now. It's reading 70 degrees, and so what I think I'm gonna do is I'll be back when or if this thing reaches 225. If it doesn't, well, we know we didn't fix it. But if it does, then we did a good job. All right, we're getting smoke, but will there be fire? Fortunately, the smoke's going that way, and I get to stand here. Breathe.
Breathe.
All right, sounds like we got some flames going on in there. We got flamage? Yep, we got flamage. All right, now it's time to see if it'll really kick up the heat. This thing's climbing really fast now. I don't remember doing this before. So that's kind of nice. According to this, if I remember correctly, in the manual it shows when this stops blinking, you can go ahead and shut the, yeah, you can shut this and then it's ready to cook, but, I don't know. Yeah, let's try it. I don't think it'll hurt anything. Alright, let's see if it warms up. 225. 230. Okay, seems to have stopped at 230. Oh, 235. Sounds like it's putting in more pellets. Alright, let's see what the top says. 190 to 200. It doesn't sound like it's really going, it's not like acting like it's keeping and going and going and running itself away, which is nice. So let's see what the top shows. Right about 200 to 210-ish. I'd say it's working actually quite well. Let's go ahead and turn up our smoke factor here. This is usually where I cook it at, it's P7. Let's see what's going on back here. Yeah, okay. Well, everything else is working. Uh-oh. One of the things I did forget to do was zip tie those back in. So yeah, let me do that before those roast, or this thing gets any hotter. Actually, it's not really hot back here at all. I can touch, not supposed to touch transformers, that's what that is, but that's what I'm touching. It's not too bad. Cool. Let's see, what are we at, 245. And this is at, hovering right around about 225. Awesome. Cool. I dig it. Yeah, let me zip tie these back up. Alright, so we finally got those back in, and it was kind of a doozy trying to do that while I was running. I don't recommend you do that. You know, do as I don't do. Don't do as I do. Yeah, you can say do as I say, but not as I do. Alright? So definitely work on it when it's off, and not when it's on, or else you gotta try to play, what do they call that? It's like surgery. Remember that game where you push the thing and if you get caught in that it goes mee? Yeah, that. You don't want to do that. There we go. Perfect. Let's put this back on. Alright, so I dropped the P level back down. We put the plate back on. It's all secured. Getting everything cleaned up here. And what I'd like to do, so I noticed that keeping it at P4 usually keeps it, seems like it keeps it around 230 to 225 ish. And when you put it like on P7, like I like, it kind of goes up a little bit more, but I just like more smoke with mine. But I'm gonna just let you guys know, so the episode pretty much ends here, but I think I'm gonna cook with this. I think that'd be kind of nice. So we'll see if it actually works. You know, you can cook with this thing. I don't see why not. I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, let's do that. So if you're all good and you want to go do something else, go do something else. If not, I'm gonna make some chicken. All right, well, nothing too crazy, just some salt and pepper chicken. So let's go ahead and put that in here, showing 190, and we got a nice good smoke trail coming out. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh. And let's go ahead and add these. Let's put that up there. I usually keep them away from the center because that's where all the heat's probably going to be, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I just don't want them to get done too fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook these for about an hour at 225, and then after the hour's up, I'm going to turn it up to 300 and cook them for right around about 30 minutes. And here they cook pretty fast, so let's do that. All right, well, it's been about 45 minutes. Still looking at like a good temperature here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah. That's looking good. Alright. If you're looking, we ain't cooking. So, there we go. Alright, well, we're back. It's been about an hour. Let's see what they look like. Oh, not bad. Getting a little golden even. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. So now we're just going to crank it up to 300. See what it'll do. Do that for about 30 minutes. Alright, it's been a good 15 minutes. 20 minutes-ish. Just check the temperatures here. We got 300. And we'll also check the temperatures of our chicken as well. So let's see what we got. Looking for 180-ish. No, not yet. How about you? No, getting there. I know 160 is good, but it's not what I want. Well, they're at least all cooking evenly. This one's about done. The smaller of the bunch.
But I got it on my own. I've been working days and nights instead of staying in my zone. And you say you're all alone, all you do is bitch and moan. All your lazy asses got no chances, now you stay at home.